Hello everyone, I am Anvesha Das. Welcome to Chemistry Hub. Let's discuss about today's topic. So today we will study about law of chemical combination. In chemistry, the most important subject is study of chemical reaction. And this chemical reaction follows certain rules which are called as laws of chemical combination. So there are 5 laws of chemical combination. We will understand them throughout this session. So what is chemical combination? By combining element, we form different chemical compound. This process is known as chemical combination. These 5 laws are law of conservation of mass, second one is law of constant composition, third one is law of multiple proportion, fourth one is law of reciprocal proportion, and the fifth one is law of combining values, which is otherwise known as Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume. Come to the first law, which is law of conservation of mass. This law was given by A. Lavoisier in 1774, who is also known as father of chemistry. After extensive study and research on chemical reaction, he found that the total mass of products obtained in a chemical reaction is always same as the total mass of reactants taken before. It means reactants का mass और after chemical reaction product का mass same ही होता है. Okay, this observation of Lavoisier led him to formulate a significant law known as law of conservation of mass. So the statement of this law is, during any physical or chemical change, the matter is neither created nor destroyed. However, it may change from one form to another. So, total mass of the products obtained is always equal to the total mass of reactants taken at the beginning of the reaction. This is possible when matter is neither created nor destroyed. So, let's verify experimentally for this law. First, we will see what happens when the matter undergoes a physical change. Here, a piece of ice is taken in a beaker and weighed. Then, that beaker with ice heated to melt the ice into water. Again, the beaker is weighed. It is found that there is no change in weight although it went through a physical change. Here, only ice converted to water. It means solid to liquid. Only the form is changed from one to another. Then, what happens when the matter undergoes a chemical change? Let's take the example of decomposition of calcium carbonate. When calcium carbonate heated strongly, it decomposes to give CaO and CO2, which is lime and carbon dioxide respectively. If 100 gram of CaCO3 is heated, we get 56 gram of lime and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. So the total mass is 56 plus 44 is 100 gram, which is exactly same as the mass of calcium carbonate, which is 100 gram taken in the beginning of the reaction. Okay, so there is a limitation of this law, which is this law of conservation of mass doesn't hold good for nuclear reaction. Next, come to the law of constant composition or definite proportion. This law was given by a French chemist in 1799. This law states that a chemical compound, no matter from which source it is obtained, always contains the same elements combined together in the same definite proportion by mass. Let's take an example. Water. It is composed of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, in the ratio 1:8. Pure water obtained from any source. मतलब आप कहीं से भी पानी ले लो, लाइक हैंड पाइप से, कुएं से, टैप से, रिवर से और इवन लैबोरेटरी से प्रिपेयर हुआ वाटर, सबका हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन रेशियो सेम ही होता है, which is 1:8. Let's see the experimental verification of this law. This law was verified experimentally by Stas. He prepared carbon dioxide by various methods. First, he obtained it from burning carbon in oxygen, by heating calcium carbonate, by heating sodium bicarbonate, and by treating calcium carbonate with hydrochloric acid. After that, he analyzed the sample of CO2 and estimated composition of each of the sample. He found each sample of CO2 contained carbon and oxygen, and these elements present in the ratio of 3:8. Through this law was proved. Like the previous law, it has also some shortcomings. First one is, law of constant proportion is not valid for the compounds formed an element which exist in different isotopes. Taking an example of carbon, carbon has 3 isotopes: carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Carbon 12 has atomic mass 12. Likewise, carbon 13 has atomic mass 13 and carbon 14 has atomic mass 14. If these isotopes combine with oxygen, 3 types of CO2 will form. In first case, CO2 having carbon 12 isotope, here carbon oxygen ratio will be 3:8. In second case, carbon oxygen ratio will be 13:32. And in third case, carbon having isotope 14, the carbon oxygen ratio will be 14:32. So, this law could not explain compound having different isotope. Then the second shortcoming is, the elements may combine in the same ratio, but the compounds form may be different. For example, C2H5OH and CH3OCH3. Both the compound are having same molecular formula. दोनों कंपाउंड में 2 C, 6 हाइड्रोजन और 1 ऑक्सीजन, और ये 12:3:8 रेशियो में कंबाइन करते हैं और कंपाउंड फॉर्म करते हैं डिफरेंटली. ओके. कमिंग टू द थर्ड लॉ, which is law of multiple proportion. This was given by John Dalton in 1804. This law states, when two elements combine to form more than one compound, then the different masses of one element which combines with fixed mass of other element bears a small whole ratio to one another. Let's understand this law through example. कार्बन और ऑक्सीजन, ये दोनों केमिकली कंबाइन होने से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड भी फॉर्म होता है और कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड भी होता है. इन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड CO2, कार्बन का मास है 12, ऑक्सीजन का होता है 16 × 2 32. इन कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड CO, C का मास होता है 12, ऑक्सीजन का मास होता है 16. हियर कार्बन हैज फिक्स्ड मास एंड डिफरेंट मास किसका है? ऑक्सीजन का. राइट. ऑक्सीजन का डिफरेंट मास क्या क्या है? 32 एंड 16. इनका रेशियो क्या हुआ? 16:32, which is 1:2, which is simply a whole number ratio. Next law is law of reciprocal proportion. This law was given by Richard in 1792. This law states, when two elements combine separately with definite mass of a third element, then the ratio of their masses in which they do so is either the same or some whole number multiple of the ratio in which they combine with each other. So let's take an example. This law involves 3 elements. We have to deal with 3 elements. Suppose we have 3 elements like carbon, oxygen and sulfur. Here carbon and sulfur combine separately with fixed mass of oxygen in the ratio of 3:8, and ratio of masses in which carbon and sulfur combine within themselves, the ratio is 12:64, which is 3:16. The ratios are related to each other. It bears a small ratio which is 2. This shows that the ratio of masses of carbon and sulfur which combine with a fixed mass of oxygen is whole number multiple of the ratio in which carbon and sulfur combine together. Then the last one is law of combining values. Gay-Lussac investigated a large number of chemical reactions occurring in gases. He found that there exists a definite relationship among the volume of the reactant and product. In 1808, he put forward a generalization to his observation as Gay-Lussac law of combining values. This law says when gases react together, they always do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio to one another and to the volume of the products. If these are also gases, provided all measurement of the volumes are done under similar condition of temperature and pressure. Taking an example of combination between hydrogen and chlorine. In combination of hydrogen and chlorine, one volume of hydrogen and one volume of chlorine always combine to form two volumes of HCl gas. It simply represents the law of combining values. The ratio between this volume of reactant and product in this reaction is 1:1:2. So, this much for today. In next class, we will study more about this chapter. Keep watching my channel. Stay safe. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.